Morgan Wallen's walk-off from Saturday Night Live (SNL) became a defining moment in his career, generating headlines and sparking both confusion and intrigue among fans and critics alike. The incident, which occurred during the final credits of the November 2020 episode, was initially shrouded in ambiguity. It happened after Wallen, the popular country singer, had been making his way through a tumultuous period, marked by controversies and his rise to prominence in the music industry. His decision to abruptly leave the stage left viewers wondering about the reasons behind his departure, as no official explanation was given at the time. At the heart of the incident was Wallen's connection to the show itself. Initially slated to be the musical guest for that week's episode, he had already been in the spotlight for breaking COVID-19 protocols. Wallen had been seen partying without a mask in violation of the show's safety guidelines, which led to him being temporarily replaced by singer Jack White. However, Wallen later made amends, apologizing for his actions and vowing to do better. Despite this setback, he was given the opportunity to return to the show in December of that same year. His walk-off during the end credits was, therefore, a significant moment, a moment that felt like the culmination of his roller coaster ride on the national stage. While the reasons behind Wallen's sudden exit were never officially clarified, the singer seemed to acknowledge the event with a sense of humor, playing into the moment in a way that showed his resilience and self-awareness. In the months following the incident, Wallen embraced a viral meme that came from the walk-off, particularly the phrase "Get me to God's country." The phrase, which had been uttered during the chaos of his walk-off, was soon adopted by fans on social media and became an internet sensation. Wallen, to his credit, took this meme and ran with it, leaning into the viral moment with a self-deprecating yet playful attitude. Rather than distancing himself from the controversy, Wallen began incorporating "Get me to God's country" into his social media posts, interviews, and even his music. This helped to reshape the narrative around the walk-off, turning it into a piece of the country singer's larger persona. It seemed as though Wallen was actively reclaiming the moment, using humor and humility to defuse any negative connotations. This strategic pivot allowed Wallen to regain control over how the public viewed the incident. Instead of becoming a lingering scandal, it became part of his image, a story of redemption, resilience, and ultimately self-awareness. The God's country phrase itself became a symbol of Wallen's unique position in the cultural conversation. As a country music artist, Wallen had often been regarded as a polarizing figure, both loved and criticized for his unapologetic persona, which at times collided with his personal life. His controversies, such as the use of a racial slur that led to his temporary banishment from the country music scene in early 2021, made him a figure that the industry seemed eager to cancel, yet his immense popularity continued to defy expectations. Wallen's walk-off from SNL fit into this pattern of behavior, an action that was controversial but also undeniably relatable to his audience. In many ways, Wallen's ability to turn the walk-off into a self-aware meme highlighted his understanding of internet culture and his skill at using it to his advantage. Memes, which often rely on irony and exaggerated self-awareness, became a tool that Wallen used to humanize himself. His playful embrace of the meme allowed fans to see him not as a detached celebrity, but as someone who could laugh at himself. This resonated particularly well with younger audiences who were familiar with the internet's tendency to turn awkward moments into viral content. Moreover, Wallen's embrace of the God's country meme was a reflection of his larger cultural footprint. As country music continued to evolve, it increasingly intersected with mainstream pop culture, with stars like Wallen at the forefront of this shift. His image as a Southern rebel, complete with a rough-around-the-edges charm, resonated with a wide swath of listeners, particularly those who felt alienated by more polished, mainstream celebrities. Wallen's controversies, including the SNL walk-off, seemed to reinforce his authenticity in the eyes of many fans. He was not some overproduced corporate-backed artist, but someone who was real, flaws and all. The broader context of Wallen's career at the time also played a significant role in the reception of the SNL incident. After his initial rise to fame with the release of his album If I Know Me in 2018, Wallen had become one of country music's brightest stars. His 2020 album Dangerous, the double album, solidified his place at the top of the charts, breaking records and winning him legions of fans. However, with that success came increased scrutiny. Wallen's behavior, which included late-night partying and controversial remarks, became a source of constant media attention. His walk-off from SNL added to this narrative, though it ultimately seemed to have little long-term negative impact on his career. In the aftermath of the SNL walk-off, Wallen's music continued to soar, with Dangerous, the double album becoming one of the longest-running #1 albums in the history of the Billboard 200. This success seemed to validate Wallen's approach to the situation. Despite the controversy surrounding him, his popularity only seemed to grow. The embrace of the viral meme demonstrated his ability to navigate the tricky intersection of public relations and personal brand management. He was a master at controlling his narrative, turning what could have been a damaging scandal into an asset that fueled his rise. Wallen's ability to navigate the situation with humor and confidence also reflected the changing landscape of celebrity in the social media era. In previous decades, a celebrity's reputation could be tarnished by an incident like the SNL walk-off, leading to public backlash and career setbacks. Today, however, the dynamics of fame have shifted. Memes, viral moments, and the internet's constant churn of content have changed the way celebrities are perceived. Wallen's decision to engage with the meme culture around his walk-off exemplified this new reality. Instead of retreating from the incident, he embraced it, using it as an opportunity to further engage with his audience. The meme itself, which became a staple in internet culture, also reflected a broader trend in Wallen's music. His blend of traditional country sounds with more contemporary influences like hip-hop and rock helped him build a crossover fanbase that transcended the typical boundaries of country music. Wallen's sound was one of authenticity and rawness, blending the spirit of classic country with a more modern edge. His controversies, including the SNL walk-off, were seen by many as part of that same authenticity. He wasn't trying to fit into the cookie-cutter mold of a mainstream celebrity. Instead, he was embracing his flaws and imperfections, making them part of his identity as an artist. As Wallen continued to rise in popularity, the SNL walk-off became a piece of the larger narrative of his career, a moment that could have been damaging but instead became a part of his mythos. His ability to laugh at himself and use the viral moment to his advantage helped to shift the focus away from the controversy and back onto his music.